I'll eat it, but I know that you're hungry.
When was the first time you ever had mulled wine?
Well, I don't really like mold in my wine.
Mold.
I know.
Ah, you're the groaner queen.
First time. Okay, true story.
Okay.
Getting real here.
Mm-hmm.
Went on some date with a guy who was from Romania, and he kept saying, "I will make you hot wine." He sounded like that.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, "What? Hot wine?"
I will make you hot wine.
I'll make you hot wine. What?
What?
And then I was like, "Oh."
So did he?
I don't actually remember that part. I don't think he did.
He must have then.
I must not have.
Oh. How about you make me cold wine and just leave it in the bottle and then you take off. It was an Olympia for me, for sure. I was probably in the Rise and Shine poetry days. And there was a chef, a cook at Rise and Shine, who to this day has made me the best chicken salad sandwich I've ever eaten in my life, to which all chicken salad sandwiches are compared. But we did after parties. So after the poetry readings, we'd go to somebody's house, and oftentimes it was Chris, the chef's house, because he lived really close by, and it was just convenient for everybody. So we would hang out, and he made all sorts of stuff, but he made mulled wine there a couple of times, and I think that was my first time with mulled wine. And I had a good time. It was great. That's my story. Thank you for the orange.
Are you ready to try some hot wine?
I don't know. Do I have to get handsy with a Romanian? Because if I have to get handsy with a Romanian, I'm not in. Doesn't sound fun.
I'm really into After the Fall, although like the piece we're working on right now, you know.
Yeah. This way it goes a lot. Like it's the one
that you're working on.
Yeah, the active. There's just like a certain kind of magic, or what I would call magic, because you know, that you feel involved with, that you're participating with. So it only happens once that everyone finds that one thing, like, and you get to see. Or I get to see like Danny find that line, you know, that ends up being the line that he, you know, will play for like years, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and being there for like the moment that happens when he gets that big smile on his face and it's just like, yeah, that's, yeah. He says, yeah, a bunch.
How about you guys? What's your favorite song in the new album so far?
Like me personally, I think I'm with you in that, like, we're working on this one now, and I've been waiting to, like, have this one, like, get worked on for a while, so I'm like, super excited about, like, hearing all the different parts coming together, and, you know, there's always, like today we had some frustration a little bit with, like, needing some time and some better communication, but, like, when it all comes together, it's great. Like, yesterday, when we started working on it, I was just, like, so excited because, you know, it was the first, you know, it's the very first time we got all together and, like, really, like, sat down and, okay, we're going to do this song. And, like, I was giddy. Like, just, you know, yeah.
Progress made on this song today is pretty remarkable for each and every one of us, I think, so.
Yeah, and you said you started talking about the, you know, the counting of it. I hadn't thought about, like,
how to actually break it down. Yeah.
Well, I did when I was writing it, but I hadn't thought about it since then.
Yeah.
And then, like, and I remember, like, being at work going, you know, like, not counting it out with numbers, but, like, counting it out with feel. And then, like, I was, like, mulling it over in the morning, and when I hit on, like, exactly what it's doing, I was like, I gotta tell Miles, where's Miles? And, like, you were nowhere to be found, and then we went to the beach, and then, like, all of a sudden, and then I finally found you, I was like, Miles, this is how it works. I was, like, abnormally excited to talk to you about it.
Let's count to 3 and 4 together.
Pretty much.
How are you feeling before you came, and how are you feeling now?
Let's see. Before I came, well, I was recently laid off from my job, as you know, so that's been difficult for me. It's also exciting because it's, you know, a new chapter, which I don't know what that's going to be yet. But it's, you know, it's still a little stressful. And, so I think coming into the retreat with that on my mind was difficult, but just being with you guys every day and playing music every day and going for walks and getting lots of rest, like, I feel ready now to take on the challenges of re-entering the world.
What are some of your favorite memories from the trip where we were just out, we weren't playing?
Just watching the waves crashing, there was a sort of nostalgia, we kind of revisiting the childhood, you know, going to the beach with my family, and I feel like I don't go to the beach enough. And just watching you guys being spontaneous and being in the moment, and just, I feel like everybody was really, there was a kind of a joy. We were all just being silly and kind of connecting out there. And also bunking up with Miles.
Yeah.
I've had more time to get to know him, you know, get a little closer to Miles. And that's been really nice, getting to know him better. When you get in there and play music together, I think it just makes it easier when you have that going on, when you have that dynamic on top of it.
Yeah, definitely. When you have to play music with someone, you know, it's good to kind of know what kind of vibe they're on. So we worked on 3 new pieces that we had scheduled for working on. Did you have one that you're more excited to finish working on when we get back, or is it just kind of all an even, just excited for new stuff, or?
Yeah, definitely excited for new stuff. I like all 3 of the songs. I can't recall the names of them. Actually, some of them probably don't even have names. But the tune that you brought to the table the other night, the one that we worked on first, I'm definitely feeling excited about that one.
I think Dana's shortening the name to January, so that's good for now.
Yeah, I like how it's pretty fast and kind of technical, and then I like how it ends up being slower and more kind of having more feel and more kind of playfulness towards the end. You would think that the part that's fast and technical would be the most challenging for me. It's actually the other way around. Like I can usually nail that kind of stuff pretty easily. It's the slow stuff that needs the feel and needs the finesse that I find challenging. And I can't force it to happen. It just takes time. It's like you know, slow cooking a soup all afternoon. It just takes a while for it to, you know.
Timing is harder when it's slow too, just to keep it, you know, keep it at that tempo without speeding up. Or something.
Yeah, there's more space.
Yeah.
And you have to really kind of, you have to land on the note pretty. You have to be on time,
Yeah.
or it's noticeable.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I guess, you know, I feel lucky to be able to do this, to come out here and play music with you guys. And, I mean, it's good to prepare for the album. It's good to prepare for playing shows, but also just being here and doing this is like, you know, pretty awesome. I feel fortunate to be a part of it.